How's it going, guys? Nick Sayer, Stormtopia.com and Stormtopia.com Facebook page. It is looking like my one camera I don't believe is working. Now it should be working just fine. You guys can hear me all right? All right, good. Nick Sayer, Stormtopia.com. I don't know if you could hear that first part. Folks, Turkey Day is looking really perfect. Now, the last 2 years in a row, we both had to deal with snow across some part of the Northeast. This time around, things are looking a lot more quiet. We're going to get to that in a bit. Friday, last warm day, temps in the 50s, and then things started to go downhill after that. We started to get into colder than average conditions with a snow threat. So Thanksgiving, feeling seasonable out there. Temperatures in the 50s. I wouldn't be surprised to see some folks up into the mid to upper 50s. It's going to be a little bit colder in northern New England, temps in the upper 40s. It's a lot better than last year when our only travel day on Wednesday ended up being significantly snowy across the North Country with up to 15 inches of snow. Good news is there'll be nothing like that this time around. Now, Friday, we are ahead of a cold front, and we're dealing with the cold front not far off, but warm air surging ahead of it, around 50 for most of the Northeast. I would imagine that folks will end up being just fine for their travel day, going back to wherever they came from. On Saturday, and really, folks, the whole weekend looks okay. It's just that it starts to get cold Saturday night into Sunday. We're talking about into Monday and Tuesday as well. We're dealing with highs not making it out of the 30s and 40s. Really, I'd say from the Mason-Dixon line north is where you're going to be worried about. This will be lows in the teens, I guarantee it. Now, it won't be for everyone that'll be super cold. We've seen cold temperatures like this earlier this year, but this is really the first prolonged type of cold air. A little bit warmer in the southern mid-Atlantic, a little bit less below average, but it still won't be all that warm. We're talking about temps in the 50s. Now, folks, things don't really get interesting until later next week. I told you this graphic, about 2 to 3 days old, but still tried and true. Your Greenland blocking takes place. Your Arctic air comes back down. Your storm track is off the southeast coast and then back up to the north. And that's a stormy zone. And models, they're just starting to get a grasp on what this is going to look like. This is the very latest European model, and you can see, folks, we've got exactly what I'm talking about. Here's your Arctic air up here in Canada. You can't see it, but we've got blocking off to the north and east in Greenland. Your storm's developing along the expected storm track. Goes up and out. And this is not a huge storm. This is just, some flakes, depending on how much. This would probably be a minor to moderate snow event. But we're just starting to get into that pattern. If this thing comes in juicier, then you're looking at even more snow. This is going to be a good pattern for snow. And it's really, again, only showing a few inches of snow back in here. And, more snow farther to the east, where it ends up being a prolonged event. But, folks, the specifics of this event are irrelevant because it may or may not happen. My point is that we are getting into that pattern when storms like this will be more common. Your November 7th storm, post-election day blizzard, back in this whole area earlier this year. Wasn't a blizzard for everyone, but it was a rather impressive snowstorm for that time of year. It'll be impressive for this time of year as well. Folks, we're going to see more storms like that. We're going to see more snow along the I-95 corridor, points north and west. Baltimore, Washington, we're not quite at that point in the year yet. Ground is warm. It's really hard to get much. But this whole area, we're just starting to get into the zone. So, folks, stay tuned to Stormtopia.com. Videos are going to be coming out more and more frequently. And have a nice day. Have a nice Thanksgiving. I almost forgot this. If you live in New York City, or even if there's something like this going on with your local food pantry, there's a lot of Hurricane Sandy Thanksgiving relief donations going on right now. I know it's a little bit late, but it's never really too late to help out those who ended up losing everything they had because of Sandy. Have a good day. Stay safe out there.